Hello guys, so I've been carnivore now for just over 6 years and I got a lot of benefits straight off the bat. But after about 3 months, I was looking at my metrics and what I was doing because of sleep. So waking up at 2 a.m, not ideal. Needing to pee middle of the night, never getting really any deep sleep, just fluttering in and out of sleep, So I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. It shares some experiences here. Also, the 5 science-based hacks that have most certainly helped me improve my sleep quality over time. Now, before I get into all that, showing you all the culprits and how to fix them, I'm going to say like and subscribe now. And if you join my channel as a subscriber, you'll also get access to a 90-minute free full carnivore diet documentary that I made. And if you join as a member, there'll be even more impressive content. So lots of things like carnivore diet animations, videos relating to very specific topics, and there's a lot of personal specific perks you might get from being a member of my channel. That starts from as little as like $1 per month. Great value proposition in my opinion. Anyway, so the first culprit, I've heard this one before, so it's quite common, but low magnesium. Now people say, oh, there's no such thing as a magnesium deficiency on a carnivore diet. True, there's a good, better and best case scenario for all these things. So you might detect your blood magnesium levels being within range or high normal, but you have all the symptoms of low magnesium. The only reason that you're going to be able to use sort of test effectively is if you use it as just a snapshot. It's not going to say what's actually in your tissues. Now, some of these magnesium forms that you can buy in supplements can actually be quite useful. One I actually use is a magnesium bisglycinate and magnesium threonate blend. I'm going to use them split throughout the day, but with the largest amount of my serving just before bed. Now, this also helps regulate the GABA. It's got some interesting NMDA agonism, which is useful for pain relief and helps with nerve regrowth, energy production, recovery, hydrating muscle cells, all sorts of useful things that you find not everyone sort of really notices until they really get dug into it. Now, yeah, you will notice benefits straight off the bat from those in most cases. Now, you might say, but carnivore diet has all you need. Or maybe not, that's the problem. So I'm definitely looking more towards getting the benefit when I can. Why not get a benefit if there is one? It seems a bit daft to leave it on the table, And before we get into hack number 2, should I have a little sip? Remember, get your proteins, guys. Next hack. So, now this one's a bit of an odd one. I'm going to say adding fat to your diet. I get a little kickback for this one. But won't that make me fat? Yeah, all I'm saying is space out your fat intake more closer to bedtime if at all possible. So if, for example, you have half a kilo of beef mince, ground beef, 6 eggs in a day, and maybe 100 grams of butter, so maybe about 4 ounces. Maybe you have, 2 ounces split between your first 2 meals of butter, then have another 2 before bed, so you've actually got a larger serving there. This will help sustain the release of the amino acids overnight, reduce the sympathetic nervous system drive, and therefore you'll have lower cortisol levels, less adrenal hormone output. Therefore you'll feel a bit more relaxed, and it might be that's the thing that's causing the problems. So you want to almost identify what symptoms you have and find a little plug for that gap, depending on what it is. So, for example, you might not necessarily use, a herbal sleep supplement if you know that it chelates iron. If you're living with iron deficiency anemia, you might notice that gives you a benefit before bed, chamomile, things like that. But all these things have toxic anti-nutrients which can bind to some of the things and minerals, vitamins that are found in your body, which you might actually really, really need, especially in situations like that. So just be mindful of all these things. If you want personal advice about this, what we could look for and what supplements to go for, then definitely get in touch with me for a consultation. It's something I'm very well versed in. It's pretty much my life. My life evolves around helping people get to the root cause of the problem, but also using gentle fixes along the way just to help reduce some of the damage and mitigate future damage that could be caused from various different dietary and lifestyle issues, should we say. Now, next one. I said about the fat, so adding butter before bed. Now, the next one is daily morning sun exposure. Now, it seems a bit odd. When you go to sleep, you're thinking about that bracket, that period of time. But your body doesn't work in a bit by bit, second by second kind of fashion. What you're going to find is if you actually get up early, so sunrise perhaps, maybe best, you go outside, expose your lights, your bare eyes, like those two beautiful things in my head. Yeah, I've got a tumour, guys, by the way, in my head, but it's completely innocuous, so don't worry. But that's where my health update is in regards to that. But yeah, cyst head, go figure. Yeah, where was I? Sorry, I'm rambling now. Yeah, the morning sunlight. So when about half an hour of waking up, ideally don't look at your screens like these when you get up in the morning. What you want to do is open your curtains, open up the light so you're not exposed to windows, glasses, things like that, nets. Ideally you want something which is nothing. You want nothing between your eyes and the sunlight, but don't look directly at the sun, of course, just look slightly to the side of it. And they help program your brain through various different mechanisms to help improve your sleep, circadian rhythm, and helps you basically build up your melatonin stores, which are then released later at night time. So our cells are very much impacted by the light around us. So what that means is if your eye, your retina, your pupil has all this stuff going for it, all this light, all this information, because all we're looking at right now is we're looking at just photons, as we see around us. Most of it's made up in our head. It's imagination. It's a guesstimate, but that's a story for another day. But basically, the light travel through to the eye stem, back of the eye, give a signal to the brain saying, "Oh, this light, this level, this frequency, this brightness means it's this time of the day." The cells then trigger a cascade of different hormones, neurotransmitters, and things to program our body to think, early morning, I need to wake up. So then therefore it'll give your brain a sense that you need to secrete cortisol, which is natural. It is a stress hormone, so to speak, but it's used to get over little humps and hurdles in life. So the more stressed out you are, the more fine-tuned, more acute your senses will be, so you'll be able to execute the task in order to function at your best. But obviously there's a diminishing returns rate on that. More rambling. I am autistic, go figure. So I've done the daily morning sun exposure. Now, blocking blue light before bed, I'd actually probably say it's slightly less impactful than the morning sunlight exposure, in my opinion. It's just my best guess, basically. It's not backed by true science, but I would still say it is a science-backed health hack. I mean, wearing blue blocking glasses, I've got a orange pair over here. I may link them in the description if you're wondering which ones I've got. I think it's an Amazon link. Then, anyway, so what we have is these photoreceptors in your eye will detect what light you're looking at. If you're looking at a bright white light, wrong time of day. Oh, wake up! It's sunny time. It's the middle of the day. It's midday. You need energy now to do something, to fulfill a task, to hunt an animal or something. Apparently, I'm not hunting an animal, but I'm not moving very fast. I'm very slow. Very slow. Hit like for ASMR cue. Anyway, I need to drink more water. It's not. It's Pepsi Max caffeine free. Lovely water. Anyway, the next one. This one is quite useful, but it's very situation dependent. So remember I mentioned butter earlier, having that before bed. But actually increasing your fat intake can actually suppress cortisol levels if they're in an elevated state. Now, I've found a study, I may link it below if I can find it, but basically it's looking at endurance athletes, and they were doing a post-workout feed, so after the exercise bout. They're looking at protein and carbs versus protein and fat post-workout. What allowed the athletes to secrete the least amount of cortisol post-workout? Comment below. I'll give you 5 seconds to comment. Go on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this video's too long now already. Need to get below 10 minutes. God, let's try and do it, shall we? Let's go. Right. I forgot what to talk about now. Yeah, and basically the lower cortisol group, the lower stress hormone output group, the less taxed mentally group was in fact the high protein and high fat post-workout group. So there we go. I'll link some studies below for you guys to check out. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll take care, and I'll see you guys soon. Remember to hit like if you haven't yet already. Thank you.
Build muscle and lose fat on the carnivore diet.